Your dog in 1985.
Bashing two bricks together!
You've seen from previous videos of mine, viruses are not contagious, but the truth is contagious. You see, so much so that Flat Earth was spreading a little too quickly. You see, Flat Earth is the real reason for this makes sense. It was getting out of control. At first we seen the spike on Google Trends with Flat Earth increasing, and then it fell. But I don't think it really fell. I think it kept on increasing and increasing, and it was getting to the point where we, the seekers of truth, were rewriting the history books. Kids in school started questioning this a bit too much, which is why they also canceled all higher learning institutions, 1 through 12, right up to the universities. Everything canceled. Everything's off the table until we resolve this. And what they needed to do to resolve this is take your mind off Flat Earth and social distance yourself from everyone else. Like, this world is shitty enough. They didn't need to throw the social distancing thing in there. And people will be happy enough to take off the burqa, inject any vaccine you want in them, just so they don't have to be uncomfortable. And Flat Earth will be just a distant memory. But unfortunately, that's not the way it works. Flat Earth will keep popping itself up because that's the real reason for all this. You see, Flat Earth not only showed you that the shape of the Earth is fake, it showed you everything is fake. Everything you constructed your reality upon is fake. We leave nothing behind. It is the great destroying nothing from the never-ending story. Is because I think if Flat Earth gets out of the bag too much, eventually people will question it enough to say, you know what, let's build a second Tower of Babel to reach the heavens. If in fact what we see up there is not what we've been told. I think Flat Earth was spreading to the point where they could see at the helm that it was about to go viral for real. And there was no controlling it. Although they would never show us this information. They would never show you that. Why would they ever show you the truth? Forget the lawyers. The media. It's amazing. The Wizards of Medea. This is what we're going up against. Is the Wizards of Medea. Nothing has changed for thousands of years. It's still the same recipe. Still the same spells being cast upon the people. Still the same double speak words being spoken to the people. And I see this from a different light than other people do. COVID-19 is... Flat Earth is the reason for this COVID-19 bullshit. Now, I'm screaming bullshit from the mountaintop, and everybody knows it's bullshit. Everybody listening to this channel knows COVID-19 is bullshit. It's a smokescreen for something else. And the real fire, this is a smokescreen, and the real fire is Flat Earth. You can't have too many people waking up to that reality, because it'll wake them up to every other reality. Everything is fake. Those that military equipment you're making it's the same shit that's been made before. That submarine you're building, it's the same one. They just dismantle it somewhere else. That Navy ship you're building is the same one. They just dismantle it somewhere else. We live in a false reality is what I'm saying. Constructed upon a false foundation. And so what's going on is that Trump is playing the good guy and Bill Gates is playing the heel, just like in WWF. You know, when Trump played the good guy in real life and he wrestled Vince McMahon. Like, this is all WWF. This shit isn't real. Point in case, the FDA just knocked down Bill Gates's test that he was going to distribute to everybody because of the efficacy, probably. Because it's a joke. Basically distract you from Flat Earth. It's Flat Earth. It's straight up flat Earth. Nothing else is more, or it's something flat Earth stumbled upon, and they had to stop it immediately because flat Earth leaves no stone unturned. It doesn't matter what it is, we'll dig it up. We're like the worst thing that ever happened to these people. And that's the only reason this is, and the whole social distancing thing is because so you don't communicate. You don't talk to each other how bad you're getting over. And if you do communicate, do it only for like 6 minutes at a time. Because that's what some a health expert like Bricks, like Deborah Bricks, the grocery store, you see everybody wearing a mask. That's how many people are truly not awake. And that's the scary part about it, is that, if they take the vaccine, they'll start forcing it on you. So, well, I got the vaccine, my kids got the vaccine, why aren't your kids getting the vaccine? Well, if your kids are vaccinated, what are you worried about? If you're vaccinated, what are you worried about? I don't need to get vaccinated. There you go. See how that goes? But what I'm afraid of is that the vaccine is, a result of a CRISPR technique where this is a new experimental vaccine where they inject RNA into the bloodstream, right? This vaccine will change you. Or how is that any different from the 1918 flu when the Boston Health Department injected 100 patients with pus from Spanish flu patients? Like, that's DNA right there. That's some kind of DNA right there. You don't even bother to filter that shit out. That's a whole bunch of DNA right there, When they make a vaccine from like kidney monkeys and shit like that for the polio vaccine, there's a whole bunch of DNA in there. So that's basically another scare tactic I'm not going to take any more vaccines. I've already been vaccinated for some stupid shit that I'm never going to... I should have never done it, I don't like it. I got like the polio vaccine, which I completely regret. I think I got like one other vaccine. Well, that was it. And I never did the ritual flu vaccine shit because it's a joke, It really is. And they make the pharmacist in America ask every customer that calls them, have you had your flu vaccine? Would you like one? Because it's very profitable. They make one bottle yields them 100 shots times 20. That's how much did it cost them to make that one bottle? It's real cheap to make. It's one of the most profitable things they sell at the pharmacy is a flu shot. And it's not good for you, period. It's got formaldehyde in there. In some cases, it's got mercury salt in there. It's just not good for been banned worldwide, but you still injecting people. It's if you're too stupid to get the vaccine, then you hear Trump on the other hand saying, we'll get the military ready to distribute this vaccine to everybody in America. It's not going to happen.
Yes, while mocking you at the same time.
There's a small but still sizable group of people who are choosing not to vaccinate their children.
Right. Well, this is probably going to be a seasonal vaccine, the coronavirus vaccine. It's probably a vaccine that we're going to need to take every year. And Dr. Fauci's right. The immunity is not going to be long-term in the form of like a smallpox vaccine or a polio vaccine where you get the vaccine once and you're protected for life or most of your life, or a measles vaccine. You're going to need to take this shot regularly and maybe annually.
The vax will be tested in people between the ages of 18 and 55, as well as in the elderly and in people who have underlying health conditions. It's going to be an entire spectrum. Phase 3, we're up to 30,000. It'll probably be 33,000. Who are we kidding?
Sit up and try something new. So roll up your sleeves, Hollywood, because you're all getting flu shots.
Wearing the masks are the same people that are going to comply with the vaccination. And those are the people that really scare me, because ultimately when they find out that I'm not vaccinated, then I'm the problem. Why aren't you vaccinated? You must be one of them. The outcast. And so from now till then, whenever they plan on doing this shit, if I'll be talking about flat Earth. That's it. This world can kiss my ass. But, because that's basically what it's about. We were rewriting the textbooks. Seriously, you had kids in classrooms questioning reality itself. You know, how long could that have gone on? You know, how long could that have gone on? You know, it's a popularity contest. The truth is the most contagious thing in the world. Everybody wants a piece of it. But when it's unpopular, like they made it, it is an orphan. And basically what they're trying to do right now is suppress it because they can't have another world war. That's what was happening before World War II. Is that people were catching on to this. That, you know, hey, wait a minute, you haven't navigated the whole world. Where's this Antarctica place? You know, some lady tried traversing it. What's going on? What happened to her? She just disappeared? Did she make it to the other side? What happened? So you got like a situation where they had to divert the people's attention with World War II. You know, World War II, Hitler was a Mason. You know, everybody knows this. The Masons are a real tight brotherhood, trust me. Those guys are real tight. They're real secretive. And I think this whole, so World War II started because the Masons said, okay, let's do this thing so we can distract the people. Although 60 million people had to die. But, hey, you know what? Gotta crack some eggs to make an omelet, they said. What do you care? And the survivors are going to go back home and just go to their job and work hard and don't worry about life, and then don't ask questions. And the baby boomers were real obedient for the first 10 years, and then after that they just started asking questions again. Seems like asking questions is the real bad thing to do in this world. You know, especially when you're asking questions to another person. You're supposed to be social distancing screen. You're supposed to be a perfect screen absorber is what you're supposed to be. You're not supposed to be talking to other people. You know, so, so Flat Earth is basically the reason all this is happening, and only one really pushing it hard still, Flat Earth. Flat Earth needs to go, in their opinion. You know, and they call this the coronavirus because, well, what has a corona? The sun has a coronal mass ejection. A corona, you know, it's the sun, the crown, the sun, and we are neck deep in a heliocentric religion, right, where they worship the sun. So this is the sun attacking the flat earth, if you look at it like that. After that, but you can't stop the truth, and it's about to bring down your house of cards. And the system is an algorithm that's released online, is monitoring our every word, monitoring everything said, and controlling the narrative. And so take your pick. And you know what? I've gotten my channel shut down before from this shit platform. I don't know. Hey, you know what? It really doesn't matter. To me, this whole thing is WWF. I walk into CVS and get kicked out. I go to Walgreens. I go to Walgreens and get kicked out. I go to Rite Aid. It doesn't matter. I'll keep going to the next one until I won't get kicked out. It doesn't faze me. It doesn't bother me. You know, because I don't have a mask on. I will never wear a mask. You know, if you got to go to your local sandwich shop and put on a mask to get a sandwich so you can survive, you're not really awake. Because if you're truly awake, you won't do it at all. Thank you for listening. It's been a pleasure talking to you. Have a good night, everyone.
Is the earth flat or round? Bye.